That shit's funny, bro. Alright. Alright. So 20 more. Like, how do you get Derwin James and Marlon Humphrey on your team, bro? That's how I just don't be understanding these trades, bro. Oh, it's just on his team. I don't know when that happened, bro, but that happened a while ago. But shit, bro. This nigga got a 97 overall team. It's a mutt team. 2 outside linebackers at 99. Deep tackle at 99. We get some food, bro.
All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Tennessee Titans. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. On first down, Allen. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start.
Bro, what is this nigga talking about,
bro? This play says our guy is better than your
get this man.
Because you know a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people, and right away they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give, right side. Hubbard. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
19! Here we go, team! Here I come! Check nickel! Show it up!
Play action, now it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Mike 20. Bound to lose one.
Allen now looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Come on, man.
And this will be incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 25, check 25, check 25. Middle. SOS.
Allen. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 45-yard line.
Come on, bro. This game is so
operating
bad,
from Tennessee
bro.
territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Watch the safety creep. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Watch the eye.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, son. I got you, son. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Regular. Hey, Haywood. Watch twins.
Now Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Here's Allen to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Taken in at the 11. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
You ain't a leader. you ain't a leader. You ain't a leader. You ain't no leader, dog.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
What I also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Go. Mike, 55. Check. Hey, orbit. Watch the out. Mike 55. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Herbert is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got him in, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. And from down in Miami, an update. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Off the play fake. Herbert. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Man, that was
We
greedy.
had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
Third down.
That's difficult.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Down. 60 outlaw. Here we go. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Yeah.
He finna say dogs out here.
You ain't got nothing. Mike, 55. Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. Man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
A first down carry for Henry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Set, ready? 30 base. 61, matchbox, lights. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Switch. Go, go. 55.
2nd and 13. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Party, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Let's go, Spud.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Hubbard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On 2nd and 12, Allen, he's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Alpha. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Go. Everybody, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 20. Alert, alert, alert. Watch screen, watch screen. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Back to throw. Herbert. And he's going to go down again. Brian Burns picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Herbert. And able to find Alan Lazard. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Panthers will take over now, first and 10.
Please, bro. Huh?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
Close to the guy.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. They'll run on first down. Hubbard. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen being chased out left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jeffrey
got it.
What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Bro. Is this a black guy? Oh, man. Woo.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, Mike 7. 57 to Mike. 57. 56. There you go.
Throwing is Allen on third. Flush to his right. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
Jim. Back. Go on. Hey, Echo. Ready?
On 1st down, Herbert, he's going deep for Brown.
Oh, what is that?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Around 80. Squeeze, double. Hey, Mike 20.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Steps away to his left.
Like, how does a nigga with 90 speed
give him a couple on the scramble in 2nd down?
Like, he should be easy.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Around 80. Come on. Watch tight end. Tight right. 4 down. 17. 5 wide. Check him out. He's going to sit right over the middle. Watch the middle. Everyone, Mike 20. It's a party now. Hey, tight. Whip. Watch the whip.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Crunch.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Zip it in
and with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Yeah, you up for a doozy. I ain't want to, son.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
They got all the motivation.
It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder.
My guy's talking about benefits.
And its kick is right there. It's good. So we have come to halftime, and
don't think about
a 2-touchdown game.
Think about
we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports
We're going to promote you.
report.
You still don't make the same amount of money. We're going to promote you. Oh, yeah.
Both teams appear ready
How
for
much
the
you getting
fight
paid
ahead,
now?
and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, how would you like to be a
This is
manager
fielded
before
at the goal
250?
line. And he'll take it back to
No
about the
commission.
19.
That's really how they be doing it, don't, bro. They be holding the managers, bro. Niggas say, yeah, I can't get no commission anymore. All bonus.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another first and 10.
Better bring. Letting you know right now.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Like, bro, you are a
This one goes
fucking
nowhere.
fullback. You
Losing
can't
yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Ready. 55, Mike, 55. Hey, Delta.
Tighten up. Pull together. Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the run. Check, 55 to Mike. Check.
Hey, Foxtrot.
He's tired, Reed. He's tired, Mike. 55 Mike, got 55.
Man out, man. Hey. Get it.
To throw on second down. Herbert. He's got the hook up to Lazard. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a pickup of 6. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On first and 10, Herbert. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. In for the score as his guys are back within a single score. McManus's point after is good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch the twins.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
57.
He may try and run for this. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing on first down is Allen. Flushed out right. And an alley to run.
Like, why is that?
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Under 10. On 52. Switch.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. On the run. He'll let it. Got his man. Complete.
Like, bro, how are we not
a big play there for Carolina. 43 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
I just don't understand.
Blocking,
bro. I get this one.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Herbert, and that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, Haywood!
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play, with the score Panthers 24, Titans 10.
Here we go again. Here we go again. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
Alert, alert, alert! Check nine, check nine. Monday.
From midfield, here's Allen. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On 1st down, it's Hubbard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Throwing now is Allen. Buying time to his left. He'll run it.
Like, damn,
The
bro, I don't
improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
57. Go. Go. Hey, hey, watch it, watch it.
49, check 49, check 49.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard, and here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Hey, Orbit.
57's Mike. I'm here all day.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Right here. We got to step it up. Check 43.
Hey, go.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Looking to throw. Herbert is going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Alert! Begin. Tighten up. Check four.
They'll run on first down. Hubbard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Panthers.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 7-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Get him, boy!
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Switch out.
Bravo!
On 3rd down, it's Hubbard. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Check 3. 36.
They'll try to run this one in, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the 1st half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the 2nd half.
So for Carolina, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a 1st-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.
We're not even getting the season. It's just like...
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tell that nigga Isaiah that shit dead. They bad like girl man. We out here, man. Hey, ask Isaiah, was he trolling when he said nice read on the stream? I need to know at what point he was watching. I asked Isaiah if he was trolling when he said, yeah, I did. that's why I'm asking. I asked him, did he mean that? Did you not see the nigga I was playing, Isaiah? Like that nigga whole defense has superstar traits. That's worse than Mutt, to be honest, man. Like Mutt, you might get away with, catching nigga slipping. Oh no, not on this hoe. Let's see, this nigga wanted to play me. Honestly, I'm disgusted with the way I just played. So I don't even know if I want to play another game, but I had 2 games in a row, bro. I'm about to play this game. I'm about to. I don't know if you want to try to do offense this game.
We have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the New York Jets.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off around the 41. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot. I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. And if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. They go with Chubb on second down and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards.
Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd and 10, Trubisky. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near his own 48. On first down, Jefferson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Alpha. 54, right there. 54 mile.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Come on, boy.
Hey, Sue.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain there of 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And two stop. Hey, exit.
Mike by four.
Go.
To throw on second down. Herbert going to throw deep for the end zone. As his guys are in for 6. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. McManus now for the extra point.
That's just funny, bro. I really just be playing.
And it is now 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Daniels. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Harold Landry. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Back to throw. Daniels. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's taken on a 25. Now a hit and a loose football. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. They'll come up now with a clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. Throwing on 1st down. Daniels.
Bro,
and that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1.
Here we go. 30 base.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. There he goes, right side. And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
18.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Damn it, Kevin. Bro, Kevin, why do you keep getting burned every time, bro? Every time, Kevin.
Touchdown,
Every time, Kevin, keep getting burned.
A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Draw play. This is Henry. Big hold to the 30. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
6-man. Check her off.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Looking to throw. Herbert, that's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Derrick Henry, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd down is a...
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you.
They'll start the drive with Hill. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Hill, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. And his kick is good. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back to throw. Herbert. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
You better be afraid of me.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. It's going to be a long day.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off near his own 48. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a jet first down.
Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the edge.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing here, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. A run for Nick Chubb. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Go set. 18 Gator. Pilot 64. Weak.
Off the play fake. Herbert. This will be caught by Brown. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He's going deep for Brown, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first, and it's 3rd down now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Henry out of the pistol. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And the 10-year vet.
Woo! That's how you kick a fucking field goal, McManus.
About that.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
That will tie the all-time record set by Madden League back in 2013.
Snipers,
And you know
bro,
what,
that
Drew,
nigga,
hit from
I just made a
64?
64-yarder.
That was like breaking DiMaggio's streak. Or breaking the
crazy.
4-minute mile of Bannister. Tom Dempsey, 63. That was a legendary number. So to top that here, even if it just ties the record, pretty darn awesome.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Play action. It's Trubisky. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Jets on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Trubisky to throw. They set up the screen to Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Now it's Trubisky.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky. Flush to his right.
That's definitely.
He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
General West.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Von Miller in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Here's Trubisky. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Yep. Yo, faster. Big grip.
And again this time to the tailback. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Herbert going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. There's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, but he catch him up there.
And he did. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Harold Landry in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. On the carry, it's Chubb. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now it's Trubisky. And this is
Where's he going? What is he reaching
for? Touchdown here, but still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the busy night for Henry continues. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. "44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for them? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. After the sack on 1st down, Trubisky, open man is Robbie Anderson. The 40, 20, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is down to 24. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Titans are going to recover the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it, but yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. This is Henry. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Ready to go. Check. Hey, orbit. 80 weapon. Check, Mike 21. Check, Mike 21. Hey, check, Mike 20.
Back to throw. Herbert towards the end zone for Brown. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final. About it, stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 44. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Let's get this.
Got it. Make plays on.
Mike's my board. Yeah. Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. Jefferson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Titans, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.